Hi, I am Lee Keckner. Welcome to day number 3 of Coming Home, 33 days of self-care. Now, if you would please join me for 3 grounding breaths. Today, when we breathe, we're going to breathe in through our nose and out through our mouth. And when you breathe in through your nose, think about something that you want more of in life. More love, abundance, patience, compassion, sex, I don't know, whatever it is that you want more of. We're going to breathe that in through our nose to welcome it into our mind and body. And then when we exhale out of our mouth, we're going to release something that's no longer serving us. I'm going to choose patience and anger. Okay, so if you would uncross your legs and put your hands on your lap, you can put your palms face down or face up, whichever feels better for you. And join me with breathing in through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. In through your nose and out through your mouth. My gosh, I can't believe how easy 3 breaths. I mean, how quickly it makes me relax, like I just got a massage or something into that vein. I just feel so calm from it. Okay, you guys, today, well, first, before I talk about today's topic, I want to say I got some incredible feedback from people from their first day of journaling with their younger self. Really beautiful things came through. If you look on the post from yesterday, a gal kind of shared what she wrote, and it's the sweetest thing. It was so beautiful. So I just say congratulations for allowing yourself to try something that feels new or might feel silly if you're judging it. But when we flip that and we do it anyway, then we are able to experience life in a new way because we're allowing our mind to let us do new things. And that's pretty unbelievable. So today we're going to talk about the pain body. And this is something that I first heard, well, actually the guy who said it was Eckhart Tolle, who wrote A New Earth and The Power of Now. He's an amazing spiritual teacher. And he talks about the pain body, which is this thing inside of our body. And he said it's made up of kind of energy that's been passed down for generations, kind of family stories, that gets passed down to the new souls. And there's also the collective connection. So all of the hurt and all of the negativity that is in the world, because we're all connected, we're all breathing the same air, we're sharing the same energy, we came from the same place, we're going back to the same place. Because of that, we're all connected. So we have this kind of collective pain body that we share with each other. And then we have the part that I call the younger you, the part of the pain body that's your stories from your childhood, your old hurts, your beliefs, your thoughts, your limited beliefs, all of those. So that makes up our pain body, and it's inside of our body. That's something that we all have. And it's so neat to kind of put a word to it and actually just picture it too. Like it could look like this and be this weird ball inside of your body that's bouncing around, right? So we're going to talk about the pain body today. And the thing I like about knowing about the pain body is that when we react or we're explosive and you know that there's something inside of you that has generations of pain in it, that has the collective pain and your own childhood pain, that's a lot going on. So somehow when you explode really big, you can go, huh. Eckhart Tolle does this thing where he says, he talks in this kind of interesting Austrian accent, but he says, who is talking? Who is talking? That does not sound Austrian at all. But basically what he's saying is when somebody erupts in this anger or rage, he knows that is not the soul or the spirit or the human being, that is the pain body erupting. So he will literally say to people, who's talking to me now? Like instantly, then that brings attention to it. The pain body thrives on negativity. So people with really active pain bodies who are really angry, you usually see them in packs with other people who are really angry. Eckhart Tolle says that if 2 activated pain bodies come to an intersection at the same time, there's like an 80% greater chance to have an accident or to be a wreck and a confrontation to follow. So it's neat to know that you're not crazy, but you are temporarily possessed by this pain body that we all have when it gets activated. a neat thing to say for little kids about the pain body, it's like a monster. It's like a green monster that lives inside of them. And when they tantrum and they're so mad and then they calm down, they're back to themselves. They're no longer acting from this pain body. And it's the same with adults. It's literally people can be temporarily insane and not know what they're doing because it's unconscious, radical behavior from this anger that's all built up. But then when we calm down or we get back into positivity, it shrinks back down and goes dormant for a while until we get triggered again. So just knowing that it's there, just identifying it, just being aware of it is awesome, because soon when you're like, I'll give you 2 examples of exploding. I'll be thinking in my head and kind of getting worked up about something and worked up. So I'm having this battle inside my own head. Then my child drops a glass of milk and it shatters and goes everywhere. And I go, oh my gosh, are you kidding me? Or maybe they didn't even drop a glass and it breaks. Maybe they just knocked something over and I turn, but because my pain body is active in my body and I'm feeding it with negative thoughts and it's growing, this monster, that one little thing triggers it and I go, ah! And then my kid goes, what are you doing? I'm like, oh my gosh, I don't know, I'm so sorry. Can you give me a second while I go love myself for a second so I can shrink the pain body? Think of positive things and then I'll come back and help you clean that up because that was an accident. But my reaction didn't go with what happened. Or my son Sargent is an interesting example. He has one of the kindest hearts that I've ever seen. He's empathetic, he's intuitive, he feels other people deeply. Just really beautiful. He also has one of the most active pain bodies I've ever seen. So Sargent will just this, and then all of a sudden he'll get stuck and he will just explode and go, I hate you, or I want to run away, or something just over the top dramatic, and then slams his door and then falls into his bed. And then after about 10 minutes, when he catches his breath and starts to slow down and starts to feel remorse and think, I feel bad, I really like my mom, why did I say that? It shrinks back down and he comes out and goes, I'm sorry, I don't even know why I said that. And I'm like, oh my gosh, that is your pain body. And I think that the more we know that lives inside of us, the more not only do we know that that is not us, it's just a part of us, and that the more we can say, oh my gosh, I feel it rising up. What feeds the pain body and makes it bigger is negativity. So if you're negative and you keep those negative thoughts, it's building and building and building. If you go, wow, I'm starting to feel like it's rising up, but I'm so grateful for Sargent, or I'm so grateful for this, or look how beautiful this is. It starts to shrink it, it suffocates it, and it makes it dormant again. It doesn't go away. But just realizing that that exists inside of you is amazing. And regarding the pain body, you know that book, The 4 Agreements by Don Miguel Ruiz? I think that was who wrote it. Anyway, the only one I ever remember is don't take anything personally. So if we know we all have these activated pain bodies, and if somebody acts like a real jerk, maybe cut them some slack and think, wow, their pain body's activated. I'm going to give them some space so they can breathe and shrink that thing, and then maybe I'll talk to them about it. Instead, what we do is their pain body activates our pain body, and then we're as pissed as them or as mad at them or whispering about them or finger pointing like I'm doing now. So it's so wonderful to remember, don't take anything personally, because usually people are pretty busy in their own shit to care about you and your shit, really. Unless they're gossiping, then they're feeding their own pain body, and that's a whole nother low energy level thing. So I just wanted to talk a little bit about the pain body because your younger you resides in there, is kind of warped in with all of that stuff. And so what we're really focusing is on the younger you. So we are diminishing that part of the pain body, which I think is amazing during this process. You know, yesterday when I talked about writing with your left hand, if you guys look on yesterday's post, a woman showed her little kid what she wrote with her left hand, and it looked amazing. It was so sweet. But a couple other people told me it was really distracting and hard for them to write with their left hand. So I encourage you to do what's right for you. If you want to ask the question and then shift to your non-dominant hand and write the answer, and it kind of looks like a kid thing, if that frustrates you, just write however you want, because I want it to flow with grace and ease. But I would encourage you to look at yesterday's just to see how sweet it looks with a little girl writing back in this kind of sloppy little kid handwriting. It's precious. The quote for today is, when my pain body is activated, I suffocate it with positivity. Dear God, thank you for all of our past experiences. Thank you for our current experiences so we can choose to show up in a new way, so we can change our perspective and start reframing the things that we thought in the past that sucked, actually realizing that they are wonderful teaching opportunities and wonderful lessons that we can learn now. And God, be with us while we try and be gentle with ourselves during this process, and while we open our mind and hearts to be vulnerable and to heal so we can enjoy our time on this planet like we were intended to. Love and light to everyone watching and everyone who's not. Amen. All right, you guys, I forgot to say this part. After we're done, you're going to open your journal, and we're going to do this every day during this process. You're going to say, I don't even know where I wrote it. Well, you're going to ask do the three things. You're going to open your journal. You're going to write day number 2. I guess today's the second day we're journaling with our younger self. And you're going to say, you're going to close your eyes, put your hand over your heart. You're going to look at the photo you have, or you're going to think about a circumstance where you felt alone, or something that was kind of pivotal in your childhood. And it can be any age, whatever you want to work with. And find that little girl and see her face. And once you feel kind of connected to her and you've got your mind quieted and you've got your negative judgmental thoughts quieted, then you can say, hey, what would you like to share with me today? What do you have to say? And then write down what comes up without any editing, without judgment. Just let it flow for 3 to 5 minutes, and then say one nice thing to younger you. All right. I will see you guys. I'm headed out of town, so I will see you guys on the road tomorrow from the beach. All right. Have a beautiful weekend. I'll see you tomorrow for day number 4. Bye.